Hi guys, and welcome back to Faith Filled Marriage. I'm Deborah and this is Erin, and today we're going to be talking about what it's like to marry into a big family, because he's one of 8, but I am only one of 2. Number 1, spend time with their family.
Yes, indeed.
Like, don't, just because there's lots of them, and they might be semi-intimidating sometimes.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, like spend time with them, because you need to spend time with their family.
Because number 2 is that you need to know that my siblings are an important part of my life. And that's just the way it is. And if you're going to join a big family or whatever, marry into a big family, siblings are integrated with each other. So, quite important. You need to know that siblings play an important part in each other's life. Your turn.
Number 3 is know their traditions, or in his case, the lack thereof. So I think normally...
What do you do at Christmas? Have Christmas.
Go to church.
That's it.
It's most people's tradition at church at some point.
We don't have extra things. We're too busy doing church things.
No, you have cinnamon rolls. But my point is that...
It's such a minor tradition. I didn't know it was a tradition.
Yeah, your sister makes... This is what happens. I actually know his family traditions better than himself.
Whatever, man.
Anyway, but know their family traditions, or lack thereof. If they don't have traditions, like strange people, then that's fine for them. But if they do have traditions, then know them so you're able to participate, or maybe include yourself. Like, I know my family, for example, there may be only 2 of us. Like, there was only me and my brother, but we had quite a lot of, particularly around Christmas time, we had quite a lot of family traditions, which we try to do with our children. And around Christmas time, we will talk about what our traditions are as us as a family. But know your spouse's family traditions, or lack thereof.
Number 4, learn to be friends with their siblings. This is rather important, methinks. The reason is, of course, you're joining with your spouse as a spouse, so that's great. But if the siblings are so important to the spouse, then you kind of need to have a good relationship with the siblings as well.
Nobody wants that awkward Christmas dinner when it's like, who are you? Nobody wants that.
Yeah, no. At least get past the I know your name phase,
What's your job again?
Yeah, exactly. You need to,
Be friends.
and do you know what? It's a nice thing to have more friends anyway.
Yes, true word.
Right.
Number 5, understand that different families think differently. So you can have it might be like in a relationship, you could be from different cultures, you can be different nations, but for example, in our case, we're from the same culture and the same nation, but our families think very differently. For example, Erin's family are very open with each other, they're very accountable to each other, whereas my family are very private and they keep things to themselves and only release certain information. And
which is so strange to me.
which also his one is really strange to me. So don't put the fact that you're in the same culture, the same nation or whatever, if that's your case, that your families are going to think differently. Know that different families actually think differently. It's just a mindset.
Wildly different.
So make sure you know how the other family thinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't forget to subscribe if you're finding this some kind of useful, which I hope you are.
Yeah, the button's down there.
Then make sure you subscribe to the channel, please. Also, give us a thumbs up.
Number 6 is learn to cook for a lot of people. When we first got married,
yes, interesting.
It's nice to cook for people. Everyone likes to eat. It's a necessity for human beings to survive. So you have to eat. But if there's like in his house, at some points, there was like 12 people, and I went from cooking basically nothing, all just for myself, to cooking for 12 people. So I'm not saying you have to escalate that quickly, but there's nothing wrong with learning to batch cook, and you sort of Yeah, learn how to cook for
I mean-
a good big group of people, because it's just, or even if you're just like taking the burden off someone else, that's
Yeah,
just a nice
yeah.
thing to do.
But don't be that one person that turns up to a party with a 500 milliliter bottle of drink.
Hello.
I brought drink with me. You did. There's hardly a swallow in that, but you still brought drink. Well done.
Yeah,
You know.
but like numbers, like work it out.
Yes. Okay. Number 7. Communicate with your spouse. This is before, during, and after you get married. All of that palaver, because things like we said about different families thinking differently, that is going to come up again and again and again.
Like, yeah. We've
And again.
We've been married like nearly 15 years and
No,
it's
hold
still
on,
coming up.
No, we've not been married 15 years. We've
sorry.
been married 12 years.
I
We've been
can do
together
math.
15 years.
I
Her
can
maths
do
is
math.
brock. But anyway, right?
It's supposed to be you're the one that's not so good at that type of math. That as a male. So well done for breaking the social norm.
Well, I'm not even sure how to respond to that one.
Yes, thank you. I broke my gender stereotype.
I'm still not sure how to respond to that one. You can comment below about whether or not that's a thing.
There is that men don't know how long they've been married, or they forget.
No,
They forget
we tend to. I believe, Wide Awakers, that we tend to remember how long we've been married, but probably we forget important dates within the years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, what my point is that we've been married for a long time, and we still have to communicate about how our families think differently.
Yes.
Because sometimes you don't realise how different.
It's ingrained, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
you've grown up with
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
So communicate with your spouse is really important. Really, really, really important. Really important.
You finished?
I was so tempted.
Number 8, if you're going to marry someone in a big family, you need to know, like everyone else, if they're the actual one for you. And we've got a video coming up next that will say, how do you know they're actually the one? So we hope you've enjoyed this video, guys.
Yep.
We hope it's been useful to you, and we will see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.